I was trying to figure out what was going on, what was all the drama with the women who went up for the space mission. Got this video here from Spill Sesh, which I'll leave in the description, but it says celeb space mission is a mess, major backlash plus more. Only thing I seen something about them. People were mad because they were being called a crew, but they're not a crew, they are passengers. Hopefully she'll go into detail about this because I'm a little lost as far as the other backlash that's going on, but we'll see. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
You guys, Coachella content put on pause because we need to talk about this space mission that everyone is chatting about right now, because while everyone that's gone to space is like, oh yeah, feminist movement, everyone online is kind of like, wait, this is a little out of touch. So we're going to break down everything that is being said right now and what the heck this even was. So let's get into this whole space mission that has suddenly become like the most bizarre trending topic, but not in a wow, go science kind of way. The vibes around this are off, like really off to a lot of people, even though usually everyone is like, yes, girl power and all that, but there's something about this space mission that people are feeling uneasy about. There's been this major space exploration mission launched recently, something that would normally have people excited and hopeful, but instead the internet is spiraling. TikTok is roasting, and even celebrities are chiming in with some serious side-eye energy. So to explain, this mission is officially called a Blue Origin New Shepard flight. And yes, Blue Origin is the name of the space company founded by Jeff Bezos back in 2000. The rocket they used is called New Shepard, and it's designed for short, suborbital trips to the edge of space where passengers experience a few minutes of weightlessness before returning. The flight took place on April 14th, 2025. It was a fully autonomous mission, meaning there was no pilot, just the crew of 6 women on board, including Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, Gayle King, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Wen, and Carrie Ann Flynn. The total flight time was just over.
You know, again, I always talk about this when it's dealing with flying or whatever, but I love to travel, but I hate flying. You would never catch me on one of these things, ever. Boy, you got to be a brave individual to be going that high up in the air. Oh, can't do it. Won't do it.
Including Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, Gayle King, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Wen, and Carrie Ann Flynn. The total flight time was just over 11 minutes. As for the cost, a seat reportedly cost between $150,000 to $500,000 a person, and it's unclear if the women on this flight paid personally or were invited or sponsored, especially since this mission had strong PR and symbolic value as this first all-female crew. During the brief
11 minutes? I'm just trying to think per person. I'm just trying to think what else they could have used that money for. Okay. I could see where the backlash is starting to come in at. Sheesh. But she's saying like they probably didn't even pay. It's probably like a sponsor.
Waitlist period. Katy Perry reportedly performed What a Wonderful World and carried a daisy in honor of her daughter. Just chiming in here to add that she also announced the set list for her upcoming tour while in space. The event drew the attention of many, with Oprah, Khloe Kardashian, Kris Jenner watching from the ground. With this mission being such a spectacle and costing billions of dollars, people were certainly side-eyeing the whole thing, as this seemed to be some sort of out-of-touch flex. Like, it wasn't for research, really. Like, this was space tourism, something that the rich and elite would envy. People online reacted, talking about the state of our economy and how insane it is to see something like this happen at the same time as people losing healthcare access, rent prices skyrocketing, and school lunch programs being underfunded. So of course people took to the internet to talk about how they felt like, even though everyone was like talking about how, you know, yes, girl power, this was really big that an all-female crew went, they were like, something about this isn't sitting right with me. And Emily Ratajkowski kind of went viral for her take on the whole thing. She posted on TikTok sharing her reaction and thoughts.
That space mission this morning, that's end time shit. This is beyond parody. Saying that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet. Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally, I'm disgusted.
People reacted saying they're trying to make it seem like such a girl power thing, but literally everyone bought their way in. Like what? They acted like it was a win for feminism. The money used to send them to space could have been used to actually help women in so many ways. It's the opposite of empowering. It's so embarrassing. The flight lasted 11 minutes. How was it worth all that? I completely agree. I don't like the spotlight is on Katy Perry and Lauren Sanchez. There's female astronauts who will never see space, dying at the fact
that right there, like actual female astronauts who will never see space, and they were calling them a crew. Yeah, it does seem a little like, what do you call it, tone deaf, out of touch, like you need to read the room type situation. Yeah, again, I'm just thinking of a lot of things that they could have done with.
Katy Perry 100% thinks it's peak feminism, like no one has done more in the name of feminism than what she did by getting on that ship. That money could have gone to literally any other marginalized group, single mothers, foster children, mental health services, terminally ill, etc. Emily came back with even more thoughts the next day to share online.
Okay, I'm back. I have more to say. I think that this space mission is confusing to people because seeing women and people of color in spaces like science and politics that have not previously included them feels and looks like really looks like, optically, looks like progress. But the truth is that having a man who has gained his power and become a part of the 1% purely through exploitation and greed, deciding to take his fiance and a few other famous women to space for space tourism is not progress. Instead, just speaks to the fact that we are absolutely living in an oligarchy where there is a very small group of people who are interested in going to space for the sake of getting a new lease on life, while the rest of the population, most people on planet Earth, are worried about paying rent or, you know, having dinner for their kids. I saw a creator on here who said that privilege is not an accomplishment. Even further, and say that exploitation is certainly not an accomplishment, and then being able to take the privilege that you have gained from exploitation and greed of the planet, of resources, of human beings, and then doing something like going to space for 11 minutes is certainly not an accomplishment. That's why this all is getting like Hunger Games, right? When I'm making another video is because I think we're in a place in the world where we need to be able to discern what real progress looks like. And what happened yesterday was nothing like that. And
people said, keep space travel scientific. They're using it as a disgusting capitalist ploy and it's not okay. I think the existence of space tourism really just sums up the current dystopian era, especially with the billionaires doing it being the same ones making this planet unlivable. I saw someone on Twitter say it's interesting how this was empowering women, yet actual women who deserve praise are being fired from NASA just so tone deaf. Tons of others made their own videos criticizing this mission as well.
Being fired from NASA, like, yeah, man, it's pretty crazy the times right now, what we're living in. It's all about going viral, whether it's good or bad. That's what people, you know, I just feel like, when they talk about real astronauts, you know, that just sums this whole thing up. That just sums it up. Like if those, and then remember, there's a lot of women who are talking about this, but if they would have, like those women who went would have spoke on behalf of the women who haven't, and had them go in place of them, that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Something is just not sitting right with me about those celebrities that went into space today. For one, why? Two, like, aren't there experts that would kill for this opportunity? And three, doesn't it just feel like people who have too much money and too much time and not enough to live for? Like, why are you doing that? Why? In fact, I will go as far as to say anybody that wants to go into space or deep undersea, you don't have enough problems in your life, because why? I'm a curious person, but I have never ever wanted to go to space or to the bottom of the sea, ocean.
Me either.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest. This whole and they went to space, Gail, Katy Perry, and Jeff Bezos, bitch, went going to space. I don't know who else went to space. So I think it was another lady up in there with them. First of all, the fact that it was only for 5 minutes for the length of a Beyonce song, that pissed me smooth off. If you was gonna send them people into space, you need to send them into space how you had sent that lady who went up there and now she done aged 50 years. I want to see them in space for a little second, because I know you spent a whole bunch of money sending these people to space. This is stupid. I gotta be honest. When people go above the earth and below the earth, you want to see the Titanic for why? You want to go on the moon for why? Not right now. Not right now. The world is on fire. Shit is burning. Folks is bombing. People are dying. Kim, like what the makes y'all think we want to see Gail King in space? Bitch, yeah, I lied to Gail King. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the makes you, and this is no offense to Gail King. She's a very respectable lady. What the makes you think I want to see Katy Perry in space?
And everyone in the comments seems to be in agreement. I mean, these were the top comments on some of those videos, but the gag is that rich people are part of the problem. They just ruin the atmosphere to go on a dangerous roller coaster. Mind you, this is after those astronauts were stuck in space. So yeah, the space mission may have been historic, but for most people, it just feels weird. It feels expensive, out of touch, and like something we're being told to celebrate. It's got a lot of people also just thinking about the whys of it all, and also getting in people's heads about things like, is this kind of like this multi-billion-dollar thing being done just in case humans want to leave Earth someday? I mean, people are getting real conspiracy with this whole thing. They're like, are the rich investing in this plan B and people won't be able to afford access to this, plan B? And I think that's what's really interesting, is that this isn't just coming from your usual like anti-science crowd or anything. Like, there's a lot of people on the internet that are debating this entire situation right now. I mean, this was a whole spectacle yesterday. This was everywhere. Everyone was talking about it. And a lot of these concerns are from people who do support science, but are just kind of asking very fair questions of why are we doing this? I guess for me, the whole thing that was very interesting to me was like, Gail King coming off of the ship and her kissing the ground, them acting, as if they were fearing for their life, which I'm sure they were. I mean, a very scary thing to be going to space. You never know what could happen. I feel like it's so dangerous, in my opinion. So it was very interesting to see how they were feeling afterwards, especially because, it wasn't really for like, no one was forcing them to do it,
Right.
Because they were definitely acting like this was like this crazy heroic thing, this crazy mission that they were going on. They were going to space, and it was so crazy. I mean, it was
crazy.
dangerous and scary, and I was definitely like worried about hearing something like this, but it was a choice. Luckily, everyone is safe though. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the whole mission to space? Do you also feel like there's something off about this whole thing? Are you for it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in.
So my question is, let's say, and thankfully nothing didn't, but I'm just saying, let's say if something would have happened, something very, 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 very bad, if you know what I mean. Let's say that happened. What do you think the world will be saying right now? They shouldn't have never went. Why did they go up there? What was the point of this? Like seeing them come out and kissing the ground, like she said, as if they were forced to go up there, like if they were going on a mission to find. Yeah. I told you, like, now, of course, you got to have a certain amount of money to participate in something like this. But what is this going to do next? Like, now they're going to go backwards. If now they bring people who are or should be going up there, people are going to say, y'all only doing this because y'all got called out for putting those celebrities. It's just one of them things you kind of just like, you do this. It's a tourist attraction for the rich. They are not astronauts, so out of touch and truly disgusting. I heard for all the women astronauts who have trained for years to go to space and weren't able to, and then had to watch whatever this is. I would love to hear what an actual astronaut has to say about this. Someone said it's giving Titan submersive minus the disaster at the end. You know, the thing that imploded. Let me see. It's a lot of the same comments. They're not a crew, they're just passengers. Yeah. Comment below what you guys think about this. I just had to check this out because this was going viral, and I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know all the ins and outs or whatever. But the fact that you have real astronauts that haven't been is pretty wild, man. Especially if these women did not pay to do this. If they were sponsored, like why they couldn't have sponsored some real astronauts. Peace out.